Indeed, good afternoon, welcome. This is KTN Business Today. My name is Peter Wakaba, and today we have a wide array of stories coming at you across the world, indeed from East Africa and from right here in Kenya. Today, of course, is also World Water Day, so something to just highlight that later on. And the, of course, perspective that we usually every Friday go through the big events of the week. It has been bank reporting season. We will be getting into that with our analyst, Ken Geshingal, later on in the show. But before that, we'll go to a special guest in studio here to talk to us from Stanbic Bank, the person in charge of the commercial division and trade. And she's here to essentially speak into what the bank is looking at in terms of priorities for the next year after having reported some, I'll say, stellar results in the recent past. That conversation later on in the show, so do make the time for that. As ever, we want to start off with the stories of the day, and we'll start off with the World Water Day, where as that day is marked right across the world, extreme poverty and disparities have often led to conflict in arid and semi-arid areas in Kenya and across other parts of Africa. Now, according to Davis Shatliff, market leader in Kenya in that area, development partners and the government need to escalate investment in water products in drought-prone regions to improve technology, food security, climate change, and the response for improvement of livelihoods through job creation and economic activities.
Conflict will always arise when there's a scarce resource. And water, especially fresh water, is a scarce resource. I think on the planet, only about 3% of the water we have is fresh water. And, you know, the population is very large. So sharing this water becomes an issue. And again, it's not evenly distributed. So conflict will come across, we will come up with groups that have to share a resource. For instance, we have rivers, we have freshwater lakes, and these are between various groups of community. And so the issues come up now, who has a right to this water? A lot of projects have been done for the last several decades to help the subsistence communities access that water using hand pumps, for instance. So hand pumps, and they were favored because they don't use electricity, they don't use any other source of power. It's manually operated by the human being, but it's challenging. Also, it's quite an old technology, so the effectiveness of it is also quite challenged. And so there has been development in terms of technology. So we can say the solar, you mentioned the solar powering of boreholes and wells, and that is really contributing a lot to making such projects, be they at a single farmer, a single subsistence farmer level, or at a community level, sustainable.
We want to stay with water now, and EABL has made a 190 million shilling